So let's try to composite these layers that we just added. So this is our folder. And so far I'll just kind of I'm going to open a master layer and I'll add a beauty pass. Okay, so what you can notice is that we are not seeing this image properly because actually we need to apply the viewing LUT. So here we can click on the grid, choose gamut view LUT or lookup table, and then go for the edit, and for the output space you can choose sRGB, and now we'll get a proper display. I'll just drag it here to just make the same setup here. Okay, and so this is our beauty pass. I'll just right click, arrange tools to grid, and I'll put this beauty pass somewhere here. Okay, so now I'll be starting to adding our layer, and first I will start with the background layer. So from here I'll just switch to the detail view, and we'll need a beauty, we'll need a diffuse lighting, emission, GI, reflection, refractions, specular lighting, subsurface scattering, and volume lighting. Okay, so I'll just drag it now into the Fusion, and pretty much the Fusion will set it up everything for us, except that we need actually to turn off the alpha gain, or to put it on the value of 0. So I'll just do this on the first merge, and then I'll just right click and choose copy, and then select merge and choose paste settings, and then again paste settings, and paste settings, and paste settings, and one more time paste settings, and paste settings, and paste settings. Okay, so now I can see that we have our background properly, that we reconstruct this kind of background layer beauty properly from all the other passes. So I'll put it here. Okay, and actually if you want to get more organized, here under the tools, under the flow, you can add an underlay. Actually not here, Control Z. I'll select all these guys here and go to the tools, flow, underlay, and I'll just press F2 to rename it, and I'll say like background. Okay, so now I can move all these nodes together, and also I have clear impression what is what here. I think I can also set the color, so maybe orange. and this is our first layer. So now I can repeat the procedure with the back cube, detail view, and now we're going for the beauty, diffuse lighting, emission, GI, reflections, refraction, specular lighting, subsurface scattering, and volume lighting. Okay, and I'll just drag it here. Okay, and now I'm just going to paste settings because my previous settings from the first merge I kind of turned down the alpha gain are still in the buffer, so I'll just paste settings and repeat the procedure a couple of times. So now you can notice in this layer, in the previous layer we didn't need alpha channel, but so far actually in this final merge we are actually not having a alpha channel. So I can see that I have like why have like this beauty pass here? I don't need it here, sorry. I'll just delete this merge. But actually I will use this beauty channel to actually extract the alpha channel for the rest of the passes. So I'll just drag this into this blue area or blue input, which is the mask input. I'll put my final merge here, and now you can already see that I'm actually having a alpha channel on my final output. Okay, so now I can select these guys and just go for the flow tools, flow, underlay, press F2 to rename it, and I will name it like back cube. And I will cancel all the other naming tools. And I can also set some other color, like maybe lime. And I'll just put it underneath the background so that we can orient like maybe a bit better here. And then I'll just proceed back cube, so back sphere. So first I will add my beauty pass because I'm going to need it to extract the alpha channel from it. And now I'll select all the other passes such as diffuse lighting, emission, GI, reflections, refraction, specular, subsurface, volume lighting. And now I'll just do the paste settings thing on merges or on merge nodes. Okay, so let me see what I'm getting here. You can see that I'm now need to actually plug the alpha channel from my beauty pass. And you can see it's sometimes enough just to kind of put it into the background layer, maybe here as well. We'll see, maybe we'll unplug the rest of those later when we kind of composite all the stuff. And now I'll just select all of these guys and actually go for the tools, flow, underlay, F2, and I'll call it like backsphere. Okay. Change the color to green. And move it underneath. Okay. So let's try to composite these guys. So I'll just go for the composite and create a merge. Well, not here. I'll just double click outside and tools, composite, merge. And actually I'll plug the background multipass group into the background and last output for my backcube group to the foreground, just to see what I'm getting. And I can see that I'm having like a composite here. Okay, so I'll put it like this, and if you want to organize this kind of links, you can just click on the link and press Alt and left mouse button to add this kind of thingy. I don't know what I call it, but actually it kind of helps you to be clean and organized and everything else. And I'll create another merge. So composite, merge. And now I'll plug this previous merge into the background input. Okay. And the output of the backsphere group into the foreground input. And we are getting this. Okay, quite nice. Cool. So let's add the rest of the layers. So now we're having like a front cube here. So I'll firstly import my beauty pass because I will need it for the alpha channel. Just let me check it out. Yep. And now I'll put the rest of the layers, so diffuse, lighting, emission, GI, and all the rest of the thing here. And now I'll just paste my settings. So paste settings, paste settings. I mean, it's stupid they don't have a shortcut, keyboard shortcut for this. So you need to click it like too many times. I'll just put it up on the screen and actually plug my alpha channel to the first node. And also I'll just kind of select all the guys, tools, flow, underlay, and rename it to front cube. Okay. And maybe some kind of more cheerful color. Okay. Now, tools, I'll just double click here. Tools, Composite Merge. So previous nodes will go into the background input, and the last merge node from the multipass composition will go here. So now, as you can see, we are slowly starts to actually recreate what we had there. Let me save this so that you maybe can access it later. So your name 5300 Animrand comps. This is like, just let me see, do we have some? Okay, comp, and I'll just say RS multi-layer. Okay. So now the front sphere. Beauty first. Then the rest of the guys. Okay. Then a lot of paste settings. Okay, then alpha channel. And then underlay, flow, underlay, F2 to rename front sphere, and cancel. Okay, and the nice color. Okay. Then merge, tools, composite merge, background from the previous comps, int, and foreground the multipass layer. And now we're getting this. I'll just now put like my beauty pass next to it just to compare it. Okay. Now, okay, so now we have like this torus unmasked, and actually for this guy I will not use a beauty pass. Actually I will use the torus mask beauty pass. Okay, just let me see what is the alpha channel that I'm getting from there. Yeah, that's the one that I need. Okay, so you can see now the mask that we have been preparing in the previous session. Now works nice. And from this torus mask I will just use the beauty pass just to get an alpha channel, and the rest of the passes I will use like from the torus unmasked. Okay, layer, so diffuse, emission, GI, reflection, refraction, specular, subsurface, and volume. Okay, now paste settings, paste settings, paste settings, and just one more time, paste settings. So now you can see what we're getting from here, and actually now I'm just going to plug this alpha channel from the other layer that I have been rendered. Now you can see that we might having an issue, so I'll just try to see. It's not that, actually I need to intervene on alpha channel on this one, so I'll select the loader and go for this import options, and I'll just try to say post multiply by alpha, and I'm getting like nothing. Okay, so I need to plug it in each and every layer separately in this case. Okay, and now we're getting now we're getting a good alpha. Maybe I don't need a post multiply now. Oh, we'll see about that later. So now I'm just going to create an underlay, and tools, flow, underlay, violet. Okay, and for this one we'll just rename it as torus. Oh fuck, cancel. And actually I'll just undo that and select my underlay and then press F2 one more time, not 2 but F2, and I'll call it torus. Okay, tools, merge, composite merge, all the layers into background and the new one into foreground. Okay, so now we're getting like the whole stuff. We just need the front sphere, and for this occasion actually I'm just going to copy. Well, I cannot copy the background. I'll just kind of use a beauty pass from my master layer. So I'll just go here to my master layer, and actually going to reconstruct that one as well. So I'll use a diffuse lighting, emission, GI, reflections, refractions, specular lighting, subsurface scattering, and volume lighting. Okay, and if you remember, we will just use the alpha channel. Just let me check out on this beauty. Yeah, we'll just use the alpha channel from the beauty pass. Okay, so first I need to paste settings on merge nodes. And now I'm just going to see what I'm getting in my final composite. Okay, and then just going to plug it in into all the other nodes. Okay. So we're going to select it, tools, flow underlay, press F2, and I'm going to rename it like big sphere. And I'll just cancel all the others. Okay, cool. And now I need an extra merge. So tools, composite merge. Actually previous layers. And the last one for the foreground. And now you can see we now reconstruct our beauty paths not just from the multipass AOVs but also from the layers. So actually now we can kind of try to add filters. So I don't know, let's try to add some blur with the shift. I'll just kind of put it here, and now you can see we can act on this separate layer if we want to, or maybe to replace this tool like with blur defocus. Okay. So now you can see we can defocus or act on separate layer, or I don't know, maybe add a transform. Since we are not having like the shadow here, I can maybe move this sphere elsewhere. And the composition, and this is something that we cannot do like with the on the other way, or maybe we can with the cryptomat, but actually this is also the way where you can kind of really kind of intervene on your files, maybe to add a glow on this one. Like so. So you can play around, but also you can intervene here into the AOV group, okay, by adding actually, just let me see on which one. So most likely the refraction pass. Okay, so this is the refraction pass. So maybe we can add some color correction there and actually tweak this a bit, maybe add some gain here, gamma. Maybe in the shadows. So something like this. So now you have like this flexibility to intervene on the color, but also after the layer you can kind of really defocus it, because now you kind of intervene on the alpha channel as well, and so on and so forth. So this will pretty much conclude this tutorial.